And other than the first place, kind of race, there are still so many, different things that can happen in that kind of top, 3 to 15 range in terms of just people moving around on the standings. So, you want to make sure you have a big final game.
Let's put it in perspective with numbers. Kinzel is literally ahead of 99 other players. No one can really touch him right now if he ends up surviving. It's a 1v99. He will open up the doors for literally everyone.
It's the game by game mentality. It's just, look, this is just another game of Fortnite, right? I'm gonna just play my game, stick to everything I've been doing so far, because the second you allow yourself to start thinking,
no way. Did you see that? Trulex pickaxe fighting off spawn in game 6. The biggest risk and actually winning it.
No way. Who did he take out?
We don't know, but that was just off the replay. Styler as well at caddy corner takes out Jules. We saw in game 1. It was passive, but that's right, Levin, right? We'll come back to Kinzel towards the end portion of this game. Right now, past Kinzel, everyone else is within 10 points, within 5 points, within 2 points of each other. Look at that, Benji at 194, Letchi ahead of him at 198, MXR ahead of him at 199, and Nate behind them all at 190. So I keep saying all these numbers, just understand they're very close to each other.
And what a time to do it. Stereos hasn't been accustomed to taking this fight too often so far, and how's this gonna pay out? We saw Benji lose a 50-50 in game 1, going for a 50-50 again now in game 6. Come on, Benji. 50-50 ain't worth. And Exteriors probably realizes that as well. But you know what, I like this, right? Switches it up for the final game. Looks to take the fight to Exteriors. Will this fight actually play out? It looks like it, because Exteriors was dropping down. He's going down into that vault. He wants to take this fight.
It's game 6 and every elim matters right now. To get towards second, to get towards Savage, Benji slightly just 60 points behind. One fast elim now and a quick vault take to push over to the rest of his game will be so huge for him. Exterior is now bullied all the way inside, just one wall and ramp blocking him, and a potential for another game, but he gets beamed down. Benji, no way! The reversal, the beam, and Benji's locked in.
It just makes you wonder what if, right? Exteriors, the one game he decides, hey, look, I'm going to take the fight to Benji, it works out for him. Imagine he had done this in game 5, game 4, game 3, maybe he'd be sitting a lot higher than 78 points.
And Benji's locked in at 194 points now. He will not be able to move. There was no placement given to him this game. And Nate can pass him. Thomas HD can pass him. How low will he fall below 12th place? How high will Exterios rise?
He could, and we say it casually, but it's a big deal, right? And it's gonna take a lot, but it is possible. He's squeezing the fight now. Something we're gonna see a lot more of as this mid game, kind of continues, right? These sort of slow-paced box fights. It's just about who can take control of this one. It's squeezed. A bit carefree there with the crash pad. Is he gonna use another one to get in? Oof. Nice counter edit there from Detox. Catches it squeezed out of rhythm. He gets sniped in his final game.
No way.
Things you hate to see.
He had one elimination before this. His second one is a snipe onto X Squeeze.
I'll be honest, if I got eliminated by somebody with one elimination as their only point for the whole tournament in my final game, I'd not be the happiest man on earth. Let's just say that.
I was wondering where you were going with that. And from all the 11 2K analogies I've heard on stream, that was okay, pretty tame.
Yeah.
I'm relieved.
Letchi though taking the fight to Scarlet here. Really forcing the issue, right? He's picking up the pace with things here. Trying to force his way in with that TAC SMG. You've seen what that TAC SMG can do, right? It can pierce through builds quite effectively. And with Scarlet being on such low HP, if Letchi can find that angle, right? Connect to that shot. All he needs is the one shot. Crash pads in. Oof, Stair comes in just in the nick of time. And that was almost a bit scary for Lecce, but cleans it up, as he should do. And that's going to be his first of potentially many.
He's definitely hot on his feet. Everyone talks about Lecce's speed, but I don't think people understand his dynamic range in a box fight. Switching angles, like what, 8 times there? From a left wall to a right wall. Suddenly, he has a floor edit blocked by 1 cone, and now he's crash padding into your box from above. Even if it becomes a 50-50, he's been working your mental the whole time. You're getting overwhelmed, then he picks up a free elim at the end of the day. Past that, though, onto Jam Side in 5th place. Right behind him, Disiptos at 228 points. These guys are neck and neck. And they want to stay at the top spot. Question is, with Stark Industries in play, how much will position matter? Jamside has it right now, but he has a test up against Sky.
Yeah, and this is most definitely a test, right? Jamside's had some great games so far today. There's been a couple of times where we've seen him go down a bit early, taking, these kind of mid-game fights. And Skyden is no easy opponent, right? And you see, fight just kind of slows down there for a second.
Still trying here. Going for another take. Sky's gotten away. But at a sliver of HP, what hope is there? Jamside is top 5 once again. Top 5. A huge finish in Dreamhack. On the line for him. He has no shields either, and Sky doesn't. So how far would this fight actually go? He's going for that last wall. Ramp overhead now. The edit taken over, replaced, edited once again. Who's the third party? Who's still active? This fight is so high profile. Look at the minimap. There's so many players. Oh my god, Jamside. Not like this. He gets it. Release.
Just barely, though. I was worried there for a second, right? With someone of Jamside's experience within the game, right? Jamside is a real veteran of competitive Fortnite, especially within the EU scene. And so, those are the kind of engagements I expect him to close out. Game 6, tournament on the line. Can you just have that composure to really close out fights like that, right? You saw they had, decent amount of respect for each other. Nobody was doing anything too over the top. And drawing out the fight long like that sort of invited the third parties. Ultimately, though, Jamside was able to close things out. It's a fair point you make, right? But I think the key to mention, whenever I see any controller player with a purple pump in hand, you're only a matter of seconds away from a winning loadout. You catch my drift, right? I think he's shown that he can force the issue if necessary. And so I wouldn't be too worried about him yet. I think he made the right decision there, obviously, right? He had to make sure he passed Antarak. I think Antarak almost wanted to take that engagement, but Carsey did a good job to kind of avoid it, spend the necessary mats. Clement sneaking up on him now. And there you go, right? Matter of seconds away, right? Obviously, doesn't really get anything in terms of a better upgrade in loot per se, but just showcasing how, Carsey is at any moment seconds away from being able to get that refresh, right? Get something.
His eyes are always open. And on this replay, we see Thomas HD taking out Marku. Savage also got a big one here on Guden.
If Savage is able to do this, then you can only call it, all you could call him is the best player in the world. Honestly, if he was able to pull this off, I'd have to call him the best player in the world. I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it, and so we will see. But if you look at Kinzel, man, he looks so comfortable. So many shockwaves, the golden pump, a harpoon as well.
Okay, but on that rotation, on the 6th zone rotation, right now it's just the 5th zone. This has to close in. I think both players are not in zone. Both Kinzel and Mr. Savage have not made it to the safe zone just yet. Their competition's not safe. Their chances up in the air. This rotation matters the most. And right now, if Kinzel goes down and Savage survives, that placement is still going to be a thing that Savage can catch up on. They both have shockwaves though, so not too much of a worry.
Not too much of a worry there. in terms of the kits, but if you're a Savage fan right now, you should be worrying because look at Kinzel picking up an elimination, just stretching that gap even more, right? He's only making Savage's life harder here, and Savage now on the back foot, on the receiving end of a lobby spray, it seems. It's just looking unlikely. It really is.
No,
I want to believe it. I want to believe it, Shyo. I do. Kinzel making his rotation now as well.
It's 44 people alive. Let's say the end game starts with 40. Kinzel goes down top 20. Savage wins the game. It's a possibility. But it's just these two guys really at the top. Zenio right behind them. He has an even further gap. XP seems like he's nowhere in sight. He needs like 10 plus eliminations over both these players to be able to make it right through with that win. Zenio 256. Slightly caught up. But I can't even say that because all three players have been living so far, and both Savage and Kinzel have an elimination. That's 5 more points. Anas picks up another. Actually, he gets 2. Anas gets 2 elims in the box. Trying to get all the way up in those rankings. But still, all these top players still in the game. Remember these names before this zone moves in 5 seconds. Kinzel, Mr. Savage, Zenio. It's their fight.
Who will come out on top though? You call it a fight, Shyo, but really it's 2 different weight classes here. Kinzel up in the heavyweights. He's got the reach advantage over Savage, most definitely. And Savage, though, in his element, right? Opting to go towards that low ground like you said he needs to. But will it be enough? He's looking, he's searching. Materials are running low. Hard mats are completely gone now. And he's going to have to force a play. Fortunately, though, he doesn't have to worry about Storm Surge, but regardless, he needs to make something happen, and now.
Glue your eyes onto the elim feed. Look for the names Kinzel, Savage, and Zenio. I don't see them right now. We will let you know what's going on screen besides that. It's Savage on low, although Levin pointed out his mats might not be there. This is his home turf, oh my god. Home invasion though. Savage, low, 30 mats, 20, 10. Needs a miracle edit, needs a shot, but his run is over. Kinzel looks like he's about to win everything. On height, looking to control game number 6, looking for Dreamhack October's win. A back-to-back in the portfolio, or just a 2-time in the portfolio. We'll see what happens.
Kinzel in amazing position now, using his impulses like it's the Catty launcher, attempting to knock a Nas off of high ground, and he did so successfully.
Wait a minute.
But it's coming back to bite him in the bum. He's over. He's only on 5 HP now.
He's got nothing. He's got nothing. No AR. And Kinzel's taken out. Zenio, is this going to be it? Can he push forward and go for the win? It's a huge amount of points. I believe 316 plus that Zenio needs to hit. It's possible.
He needs to go absolutely crazy. He has the potential to overtake Savage. He may have already overtaken Savage at this point, but if he wants the chance, he needs to do something ridiculous.
334 is actually what Kinzel ended on. That is where Zenio needs to hit. 304 right now. Can he touch it? 30 more points with 6 people left. I don't think it's a possibility. I think Kinzel has done it. Unless every last elim here is gotten, it's over for Zenio. Can he get at least one? There it is. The pump lands. 311 with 3 more people left. Zenio's down to Storm, and Kinzel has won 2 Dreamhacks. The one that started it off for close to, and after that, the one in October. 2 Dreamhacks under the belt. But we still have a Dreamhack to watch. We still have a game 6 to break down, and it's Anas, who from the dirt, at I think less than 70 points starting this game off, has moved up to 161, 7 eliminations. He's looking for a top 20 finish. He's looking to wrap things over, and it's Flecken and Styler who are in his way.
And Anas has the potential to really turn things around for the better now. Not had the most amazing of days, but with this final game, 7 eliminations thus far. Looking to really make a statement right now. He drops all the way down, and he's trying to knock them all the way down with him. Flecken goes down. That's another elimination for Anas. And with Styrian all the way up in the air, he's going to just drop all the way down. And then Nas picks up the final game of Dreamhack Open Solos.
With 334 points, Dazen Ho, who has been consistently up on top here in the grand finals, actually stealing away second place from Mr. Savage, 311 points there. Mr. Savage, though, with an incredible performance, going to be ending out in third place. Jamside is going to be holding fourth, and then Castery is in fifth.